for you guys. It's a game I played 2 seconds ago. I finished playing 2 seconds ago. I wanted to cast it because I liked it. So there's some cool lessons here, and I really want to use it to comment a little bit on balance currently in the game. So we're jumping right in here, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm enjoying glass face. You can't see my whole chart of the camera that's not recording, but it's a little model of a CAS. One of the in-game models. I just realized I asked Ryan, hey, can I convert that to? Well, actually, he converted it for me to an STL. So it's the kind of thing that a 3D printer can use. I just joined a lobby. My bad. And I was able to print it. So it worked out really well. Like it. Okay, let's scroll up here. 596. Now we're gonna take a look here at a couple things, and hopefully it'll help us maybe see some changes need to be made to balance, or kind of understand where balance is right now. And yeah, let's take a look at it. So this is a game. Everyone in this game wasn't brand new. There was only one new player, and that had something had to play on this factor. All right, so here and then we're interesting. So it's only showing 5 players. We had actually more. We had 6 players, but I guess the player left in the middle of the game, so it's not recording him. That's interesting. Yeah, there he is. Oh, I guess it just didn't display a bank file for him. So he's brand new. The Navy here, kind of looking around. Not really asking a lot of questions, getting a feel for things. He sees he's at the barracks. Then he grabs that and kind of looks at it. We have Spectre Ghost here. He's one that I've been watching with some interest. Now, right here, this is the first thing I wanted to point out. You notice there on the upgrades, he was getting. He went and grabbed the ground 1 upgrade. He's like, oh great, I want to grab that. And he saw I was getting an upgrade. He's like, we can just get an upgrade. That's my bad. I didn't get specialization right away. So learn from that mistake. First forever, you always want to get a specialization. I was planning to get specialization and movement speed. I just kind of clicked on one of those, just got the other one as soon as I could. Wasn't really thinking that one through. But right, but that's kind of how that worked out. Right there, if you just notice there in that fight, and go back and look at it. That Marine allowed those 2 snipers to win against 3 jackals because the jackals were just on the attack command, and so they shot the Marine because it was closer than the snipers. I thought that was interesting because Marines are so useless. And that little microcosm of a cannon fodder there is pretty cool to look at. It's kind of interesting to look at this ground battle here. This is incredibly aggressive, and they're building right on the point. And it's really cool to watch this battle as it goes through. I kind of enjoyed watching it as a play from the side. Meanwhile, we have SCV here setting up here on High Charity. No reason not to. It's not like he probably has more defenses here on High Charity than he does. Yeah, I mean, except for the AA, there's actually more natural defenses they don't have to pay for, like their shade turrets. Plus, it's a mobile. And that could be beneficial. Could be detrimental if your ally puts it in a bad place. So he's setting up there. Navy looks like setting up there as well in High Charity. Now, I just kind of laugh at this. They all sit there and they just shoot at it. And they're trying to say, who can shoot it more first, essentially, right? Or who can get the last shot first, so that they can see who gets this thing. And meanwhile here, Forward of Fun War is still raging. Still very adorable. Okay. I'm sure how to feel about that. So the Gauss turret here is actually a nice touch. He's able to do some heavy damage into that, and then they can soak a fair amount too. Let's look here what's going on here in these bunkers. Looks like they are full. Let me turn the music off. They are full of jackals. Don't run into there with any bile. They'll clean you up nice and good. But now something about Spectre Ghost here. He always spaces out his production. That's a nice touch. It means, I guess, protection. Spaces it out there, gives him some time. Lucky that they had these snipers that picked that thing off right there. And it's a good move to open it up with a deployed, because it maybe he could take some shots there. I don't know. Just that was exhilarating to me. Like, he's like, oh, he's gonna make it. Okay, got out, pulled away, set up the codec a little further away. Really cool to see that. The Brute Chieftains aren't a bad move here, but they are when there's bunkers full of snipers. And those are costly. Brute Chieftains are about as much as a Wraith. I'm not exactly the same. I think they're like 350 now. 275, never mind. But of all the biological units you can get at Covenant, they are the most expensive, by far. Like 125 more than a Brute Chieftain. It's over 100%. Almost. Oh, I'm sorry, you just missed this. I was too busy watching that fight. So I came up here, and I stayed here a second too long. I did think about leaving, But I decided to stay. Against SCV, not a good move. So he was able to clean up there with his 7 Spec Ops Elites that he had. So because I opened without specialization, that was a blunder. And so I went in there hoping that, I'll just do a specialization later on. That was just kind of my idea. I had some Spartan 3s and ODSTs because, like, look, I want to try to get hurt early. I want to hit there by 2 minutes, which I was, and I took that outpost. But those pretty much just forced. It was a couple Spartan 3s, Spartan 2s with battle rifles, and like some ODSTs. I think I mentioned that one. So it wasn't the best thing to open with. And you saw how easy that was clean up with just a couple energy swords. That's something I've mentioned before. Is that's why it's not a very viable thing. I thought someone would use it, and they're like, it's super great. Oh, shoot, missed that fight. It wasn't that important, but it, right there, yeah, some here. The other types of stuff, fine. But he was hoping to get a full Spartan pick. He was expecting me to be mobilizing. I wasn't, because I was expecting him to come hit me. So I just jumped into these bunkers real quick, hoping that he would try to drop on me. So that worked out in my favor. That he jumped in. There's a lot going on here. This spread here is actually going to be beneficial against this glassing. He's going for the Kodiak first. It's really, I mean, this is really scrappy. He's like these nice bio units, a couple of heavy armor there. I really like how that worked out. Because you wouldn't normally, right? At least in the Halo, you deploy a single scarab or scarabs. So you have a single scorpion, and that's more for the gameplay aspect. But it's cool to see that. So he's trying to set up here now. He's gotten very bio heavy, and this isn't a bad comp. This is a good composition for bio for what we're dealing with in this game, for like how it's looking. However, one thing I would suggest is lots of AA turrets. Yeah, right there. Now, this SCD taking that advantage. He comes in here. He drops with this like 13 or 15. There it is. 15 Spec Ops Elites. And he's trying to take out this production so that he can give his team an advantage because he knew he just wiped me. Here we got another wave of race coming in. That's going to be hurtful. Oh, right there. I looked over just in time. Let me watch my camera because I think I had a better view here. Because I saw that just in time and I was like, ouch. That's rough. He just lost all his stuff. So kudos to him. He communicates, hey, I need some help. I'm scanning to make sure it's safe. Always important to do. And I'm dropping in here with, I'm going to deselect this. With some, but he's actually able to take this pretty much on his own because of how they were spaced out. So I drop in with some sniper Spartans just to pick these off. It was helpful to have these Spartans are now boosting those snipers, the army snipers there. But I was able to trade well. Units lost tab. I think I'm still losing there. Yeah. Actually, I know I just took advantage there, which is good. Now we're worried about... All three are jumping on this guy right now because we have no Navy. Normally, a Navy would be taking advantage of them spending that much money on glassing and some other things. Looks like the Navy's just kind of exploring around. Some people join here and they don't speak English. And they don't ask questions. So they're just kind of trying to figure out how do I play this game, and it doesn't always work out. I'm suggesting to get some ATRs here for the glassing again. And right there, pause, yeah, there he just left. And I missed this because I was looking at this drop. Which is, again, a scary drop, so I'm trying to pull back here. Lucky for those Gauss turrets there. And yeah, see, Honey Badger's focused onto my Spartans, wants to get rid of them, because these 4 Spartans can make it, especially when these Spec Ops spread out like that. I'll follow my camera again. So I was trying to run to dodge the glassing there, and then he realized he was going to catch it, so he slowed down. And right here, switched to snipers. If I had something else hotkeyed, I could have jumped on there. Lost a Spartan, lost 2 Spartans. Things are looking pretty grim. Let's see. He came into the... You know what I should do? That. Oh, man, you know what I should have had him do? Jump at the bunker. Maybe they could have done a little bit better. Because the thing has... Well, I don't know. I see they could have adapted to that pretty easy if he saw I was headed for it. Perfect. Meanwhile, I have a bunch of... a couple more Spartans here. Try to deal with that. Look at the units tab. Yeah, I got a scan in there, and he cloaked at the same time. So as that fight went down, we were to win that one. Looks like race there. So time to. And I love that reaction time of that brute fight. You notice how he's. So that was Sugar Daddy. You know how he was paying attention. Oh, Sugar. But, he was paying attention to. He's like, "Oh, they're taking an engagement there. I need to jump in there and try to help out." That's a good eye for that. I think it's something like this really does deter glassing. Well, not deter it, but makes it less effective because they do much. Right here, I jumped into that bunker, and I was kind of happy that one turned out. You know what? Casting me is not keeping up with gaming me, and it was only a minute. It was only like 10 minutes ago. Okay, pause. Do. Perfect. The clips that from my spectrum that I saw was the ones I want to talk about. Those were already damaged. It looks like probably from an engagement with the army. I'm guessing, or from the earlier Spartans that were here. As it is now, however, the income advantage just went into our team's favor, and so in the Spec Ops battle, I now have the advantage because I have 1.5 times income. So I can afford, and this is a huge thing about balance. You can afford at that point to make bigger balls of Spartans and just throw them away. Not necessarily entirely, but you can afford to take an engagement where you're less favored, because that gives you the chance to. Oops, hang on, I'm not watching. There it is. Okay, because that gives you the chance there to. I was ripping in there just for safety. I wanted to whittle down the jackals, so then I could then try to take care of the race. Sorry, backing up like 3 steps. What was I just talking about? Oh, income. With the extra income, that gives you the advantage of being able to say, okay, I'm going to. Yeah, I thought second there about doing that. I'm going to be able to just make more units, and then you can afford to get what you need to get the veterancy. Because Spartans, I believe, when they die, no, I don't know. I'm going to ask about that. But I do know Spartans share veterancy one with another. I think. Maybe not. Or when they die, they share. No, maybe I'm just making that up. Or that's the day I saw. Regardless, the increased numbers there means you're more likely to win a fight, and that means you can gain some veterancy out of it. Looks like the brutes are drifting on in here to take care of this. All right, here's a fight I was happy with. He was on the move command here, and I was able to trade way better than I should have been into those raids. They just kind of drove right onto those Spartan rockets and meat grinded right on in there. And then I was able to get 3 and get into that bunker. So this bunker has been the MVP for the Uniseed is also far this game. As I did switch over to snipers, I want to get some ticks here. Now these Spartans are starting to increase in their stats. And he wants to glass me here with that single thing. And you can see the cloak there coming after me. Thankfully, Spartans, when they have the speed boost upgrade, cannot run the destroyer. Especially when the sword doesn't have the burn the heretics upgrade. I will say I ran them very well thinking of solutions without excessive. Well, we've had technical trial and error, but it's been able to process solutions very well. I happened to look back just in time to see him getting ready to glass this, and I looked at because I was expecting him to be glassing again. I was Mac right on the back foot there. Now these 3 Spartans are going to do their best. These units are on the move on an attack command. No, maybe not. But if you saw there, those Spartans were able to juke and snipe down those Spec Ops elites because they were on their own. Some with 3 sniper rifles to pick them off one by one with only a few auto rifles to for their right there. So if we look at the cost efficiency right now, it's up to about only 6,000 boosts, 6,000 difference. That's the difference of 2 upgrades. That doesn't matter. 6,000 is sizable in this. Well, is notable in this. On the back foot, I was taking Kaisetti over there, or attacking the Yang with only 3 Spartans. I was enough to take it. So that bought me some time. It delayed them, forced them to come over here with these Spec Ops elites. So I was able to take 2 outposts just now. Just a nice touch. It means we have an income for a few seconds, but it also means that we're divvying up their APM. So it forced a response OSE to come up here to clean this back up and retake it, instead of coming over here and clean up these Spartans. Now, it's looking like these Spartans are going to get cleaned up anyways, right? But bought a couple of times. That time matters. So for example, it means that these ODSTs, off my little mini-me's, were able to deploy and start getting some work done here. This is what they want to show. So this is going to be careful about, okay? This is SCD or anyone else. You got to be careful about it. Beware of your units, because as it is, they're just getting aggroed, and these 3 Spartans just clean up like 8,000, 6,000? No, 6,000's worth of Spec Ops elites on their own. And then this is blue team over here, or what's left of blue team now. Well, not quite. More red team. They're looking pretty nice there with their upgrades because of all they've done. I mean, at this rate, these Spartans have done practically the impossible. These three, because they took this outpost, ran back here, finished off pretty much all that elite ball in the end. But it's looking like the time's up because they got a scarab, wraiths. The best you could do is try to whittle down with some of the bio here with some shotguns. Even though they're veteranized, there's a point where the numbers are too big and you can't deal with it. Good for your perspective checking to see Onyx trying to grab it there. So as they run by, they're kind of sniping the shields as they go. Right there, I don't think the Spartans didn't kill anything there, but they did force the elites over here now, buying army a little bit more time to get something up here. Now that the income is starting to come in, let's look at the income or the active forces. So active, we're about even. Income, I wish there was like total resources through the game. It should show that it's starting to bounce in my favor. I mean, I have a bank of 18,000 I'm not even using. I was hoping to catch SCV here, so I dropped down here. I also can try to take care of construction a little bit there. You gotta be. Oh, and a note there: jackals can be scary to get Spartans if you don't get close to them. If you stay at distance, jackals can keep laying in some damage there. But I realized at this point it was better for me not to be here. I left 3 by accident, and I was like, good. And when I noticed, I was like, I'm just gonna leave them there. I'm scanning to make sure it's safe there because I don't want to jump into like 6 stealth corvettes because that will just lose me and all my Spartans. And income revenge, no, you make a move like that, you're dead for. The plan was leaving these behind was to be that I'm trying to take some outposts, but the brutes are still there, so kept the brutes there for a little bit longer. Not a bad deal. Was it worth 1,200? Maybe not. Don't know. We were able to tag team this here. Either one of us could have cleaned these up, but together we traded a lot better. And now notice the Navy on the minimap converging on Arcadia because that's where we both are. And he's like, "Oh, army is there. I'm going to glass that." And it's coming to check it out. Slow this down a little bit. Frames dropped a bit. It's because it's my MacBook. Yeah, there's some carriers and destroyers. Look at this now. It's like, okay, some carriers and destroyers, but in the game that was terrifying to me because like we have no navy and I can't fight that. I didn't realize we still had some barracks there, or the units we still had there. So I pulled out there because I figured there's going to be a drop coming in here in a second, and I wanted to use my numbers advantage to start doing some stuff. Numbers can beat upgrades sometimes. You gotta get a feel for it. This is one of those times. I was like, I have enough Spartans here because of the income advantage and the backup of money, the build-up of money from red that I felt confident taking this. So if you watch this, that's kind of what put me ahead. It's just I was able to make so many Spartans because I had a huge naval bank and I had a huge, mostly just the naval bank there. Now shotguns do well against buildings, especially when they start to level a little bit. All I had helped with here was not very much. The mini map, Navy's still giving Army a bit of trouble. I'm confident with this because again the numbers are equal, but now I also have numbers and veterancy, and it's important to pick your fights carefully with that. And now they just increase that much more. The shotguns were able to melt that. So that's another little nugget in addition to balance. The discussion that we need to have about that. The order in which you use your Spartan, if you can get some, ooh, that's going to be close, and that's not a very happy place to be taking that much damage running past that. But the order in which, if you can get something small quickly, I switched ARs here to outrun the glassing. If you can get something small with your Spartans at first, they will be able to trade better once they have to take on their Spec Ops Elites. Same thing goes for Spec Ops Elites. If you can pick off some Kodiaks or some other bio, you'll be able to some other army units. You'll be able to start trading a little bit better into your Spec Ops or into the Onis and their Spartans. Same goes for ODSTs or anything else. And there is plenty of playstyles out there that use excessive amounts of army bio. You have plenty of targets you want to pick. Plus, you get experience from outpost and building kills. So if you wanted to, you could try to jump over to, like let's say Kaiseri or something like that, and start dropping there, try to get some little points there. I noticed up here he's got tons of brute chieftains, which would be pretty scary, especially if he jumped into this CAS and dropped on me. In fact, I think he might be planning it. And there I see the yeah, it's right here. So this is not looking good with all those there. So to juke around the corner there and book it. ARs give them, because there's Spartans are actually a little bit faster, I think, now with the upgrades. So I'm booking it away from the Spec Ops. We don't have a speed boost except for the sword. The sword, I don't know if the sword gives them a speed boost. They could. Kind of interesting to look at that. The back foot here, I'm trying to. I realized at that moment when they showed up, they were dead. Those were pretty much done for. But I'm trying to fly over and support them. And here, I don't know if they traded well, but they did. Look at all the shield they just knocked off and all the health there. So those leveled ones were able to do well. I lost most of those Spartans in the drop because the Navy was here, but it's enough that I'm able to clean these up. So if we look at the resources lost tab, we're still pretty close. I have an advantage of about 15,000 now. So I'm trading just a little bit better, but with my trades, I'm also taking planets. And armies on the back foot doing well, and he was very, very helpful to have there. He kept a little glassing pressure off of me so far. He's kept that way, and I've been able to keep pushing here. At this point, shotguns aren't the most effective, but if you're going to be planning to be doing multiple things at once, you want to leave your shotguns like that. If you see there, I dropped a couple of these Ds just in the back foot because I did all nothing any map because I wanted to keep them safe. That's the active. Yeah, so the active forces tab is kind of swinging to Oni's favor here with the shotguns and how well they've been trading. Yeah, I looked up here. I was a little worried. All that glass in the hair. I'll walk over here. You know, looking back really. He got some mobile A. I've told some people before. Mobile A is a bit of a. You can see it's doing damage here with just the one, right? However, Immobile A is a little. The turrets are preferable because they do greater damage. They also happen to be detectors, which can't help. Mobile burst batteries, though, you need like a good 10 of them to feel comfortable. Meanwhile, Spartans are able to clean up here, take some points. Let's take a look at this. Compare those real quick. So this missile battery, long bolt. Forgive me. I was never thinking before. That's odd. It's called a boat. A boat. Okay, long bolt is double. I saw he was coming here, so I dropped him real quick because I was like, I don't want to let him die in orbit, so I'll drop. No, they're going to clean up using give him free XP, which is actually something you can think about. XP and denial. And let's exactly there. So he did there, got a bit of XP. At this point, let's take a look at these Spartans. So let's pause this real quick. Let's look at a base Spartan. Base Spartans are right here. So base Spartan stats: 950 health, 500 shields. Okay, and with a shotgun, they do 65 damage versus normal stuff. This one still does 65 damage, so does the armor, but their health is now increased to almost like by 200, and the shield I think is that the shields have increased also by like 149. Do they get an armor boost? I think they do. Don't know. That said, it's looking like a good mass here. I got some snipers in there trying to deal with brutes. Meanwhile, over here, that's going to be some dead ODST. And these are ODST, so they cost 50. And there's Marines in there too, so you went for the good bio mix build. And that trade, that has a great damage output. And you see, okay, that's one thing I want to point out. This A here is very low with the ability damage. He uses a split, another great thing to buy him some more time. And if anything drops into that, they're going to get shot to death, right? Sorry, two of them. But he looks like he's finally bought the Glass the Heretics upgrade, which is a really strong upgrade. It costs 9,000, right? That's a pricey upgrade, but it's worth it. And because he split there, he kept more units. Now let's check over here at the Senior C. I wanted to get some of those clips, perhaps for just awesome Oni stuff. Meanwhile, these Spartans are up here, trying to do their best. So SCV's plan here, I'm guessing at it. He's like, look, pick out the weakened Spartans, and then go use that XP, get some more units, come back, pick up the bigger ones. Like I was just kind of suggesting. He's in orbit. He's coming to land. But I wish I could look at spending. Oh, I can. Hang on a second. Pause. Let's come over here to the spending tab. So we've actually been spending about the same amount of money. That's very interesting. Only difference about 10,000. Huh. Here's that's about equal numbers of Spartans. I didn't check the numbers there, but the big advantage there now, he killed about 5, and the rest are just about dead. It was only the veterancy that kept those rest alive. Let's pause again. These are healing now because I moved him to an outpost, but he's at 100 health left. This one, they just went, they just maxed out, I think, they maxed out on their stats. But they had about 100 extra life. Because the base one, again, let's look here. These ones are speccing. Base one's 950, right? These ones now have 400 more than that. Energy Sword is about 300 damage. So those were base Spartans that would have lost in that fight. But because they were veteran and they kept getting someone veterancy, they were able to win that fight. Now let's take a look. Defend base backups elites, we do. Base backups elites, they have 450 health and 660 shield. That's actually not quite as well. But the energy sword, no one's spec'd energy swords, I can't tell you how that works. The energy sword is like 300 damage, which is insanely high. The benefit to Spartans is that the shotguns overlap so much. And that's when it becomes really potent. And it has a range greater than 1, right? So, let's see what he's looking at. Looks like he's happy to look at the corner here, getting ready to mobile. He's commanding something over there. Interesting. Must be talking to this team. If anyone's cams out like that's what they do. Oh, that is an ouchie ouch. Oh, end of the blink. Nice touch, honey. Nice. Honey badger. Nice touch with those picks. Cool. So the ring's visible now. I don't want them to have it, so I'm going to grab it for the income. Income's... It's hard to use the income tab for this because it fluctuates, if you notice there. And my brain, I've never stopped to look at how it evaluates there. But, oops, sorry about that. But there, you notice here, the Burn the Heretics upgrade. So he left just before the Burn the Heretics upgrade. Now granted, we took 2 planets. But this is when I first noticed it, and I was like, oh no. Hang on, pause. I should follow these ones. So you notice how it was just able to eat up those Spartans, and they were running. They didn't have a chance. So that's a pretty strong upgrade for the. Now you have to get 9,000 to get it. It's the equivalent of saying, in order for Spartans to be able to specialize, you have to get 9,000 to do it. They move at the same pace, right? So if you're following the lead one, you can't get away. No chance to escape. It's a good move here by Spectre too. Good, well thought out. He's like, I'll give you more projection because I won't need it. And we both really, and it's like at this point, as only you can outrun glassing for quite a while. But with that new upgrade that Orion added in, you can't now. It's not just like, well, I'm only, I can forever outrun you because I have. Because eventually, if you notice here, oh snap! If you notice there, they have magnums for their Spartan lasers. But yeah, they were trying to sprint and outrun them. And eventually, the point is, eventually ARs come to the point where they're so strong, and the Spartans become so strong with levels that the AR is able to just totally shred buildings and everything else. And that means they can shred the buildings and outrun the glassing, and they can fire on the move, so they run into anything else that might want to kill them, they can spray it down, even race. Now, granted, there's a point where the race just show to kill them, but it gives you the ability to stay forever mobile. Looks like I'm getting some snipers in here, some rockets. Now, I noticed at the point, it's like, wait a minute, we are because basically it's once you're down below 3 out. Once you're down to 6 outposts is when the HQ is vulnerable. And so we just need harvest, and we have the rings, or we're keeping them from the rings right there. Took the last outpost with those last two. I'm like, okay, HQ's vulnerable. I'm going for it. I was planning for it. I didn't realize it'd be this soon. So I'm like, okay, we're just deploying you guys. What we have here. It's on the move. I was fortunate. I think they were moving it to the ring, or no, they were moving it from harvest. So I was fortunate there. I did the fly past there. If you noticed that. And I was going for it, but just as I got there, they landed on the ring and took it. So it's no longer vulnerable, which really stinks. Meanwhile, in the back here, I'm trying to get a second round here to try to take just an outpost. And I noticed there's one right here on EA. It's like, okay, we gotta make it vulnerable. We just need one outpost. I missed that. Oh, this farm just died. It's awful. Let's back up to see that. We need to see that for posterity. Okay. There we go. Dropping in. I was just trying to spam it on just to get him on the planet, because I knew I was trying to follow it, and there's a navy there, and I didn't want to deal with it, so I was like, click, and I managed to land it on there. And the carbines are actually managed to burn this down a little bit, but navy's right here in orbit, and so this costs even 3K to glass. It's not like he has a navy to worry about, but with the burn the heretics there, he's able to just dead Spartans, because that's 3 times the damage there. All dead Spartans. These shotguns were able to do their part there, but it was all dead Spartans. And now it's vulnerable again. Go, John! Come on, just pull out a Spartan laser and go do it. There you go. Cool. Unfortunately, I can't let him switch to a laser, because if he does, one of these stray units will just kill him. Meanwhile, switch over to everyone here. These Spartans they just got glass too. You know what? That needs to go on a meme. This has got some great footage for the new glassing I'm thinking about. Because I just feel like there's got to be something we can do with that. I just hear like this zooming crop dusting plane every time I see that, because they're so speedy now. Maybe Jaws music or something. I don't know. Anyways, it's vulnerable. Meow. Let me back it up again. I want to get rule of thirds. Text over top is not good. Thanks for being patient with my my text, something like that. Okay, pause, play. Oh, it's vulnerable because we just ripped this one, and that one's gonna fall. Yeah, so their HQ is being saved by a single outpost. Now, what they want to do right now, go grab one of the ones on the ring. Mobilize that, because if you take 3 more income points on the ring, you're not have to take another 3, because it's bouncing on the line right now. There we go. No. Rough day for a Spartan when they can glass at the same speed. I guess I should say glass. So I did some calculations earlier today, because I was thinking about it, because Orion was like, hey, so just remember, you can't glass third with that. I was like, I wasn't planning on it, but just in case you needed a little bit of encouragement. Ooh, maybe it's cranking up here. Just in case you needed the reinsurance, I did the math. In order for me to glass the campus on that, which I wouldn't do, but in order for that procedure to be done, it would require 120 days, because this thing's about 3 inches long, and moving at half speed, which it doesn't have the burning heretics upgrade, so moving about half speed, it'd probably take it just under 121 days. It was 120.8 to glass, moving at a rate of about half an inch a day, or half an inch a second, I should say. Yeah, it's a big campus. No, I'm just kidding. As it is, I'm going for it. I want to try to stop it here. What's in there? Please don't tell me there's some units in here that are useful. Oh, 2 probes. So it wasn't mobile right away, and thankfully to the spread there, they able to do it. But look how close it is. Oh my goodness. Talk about the closest of clutches. I was actually here. Let me show you something. So I'm going to back this up 2 more times. I was actually macroing. I was like, okay, we did some damage. We'll move. He brought those probes to repair the HQ. I think if I know how this. Okay, this is gonna be the good clip version. No, rule of thirds. Rule of thirds. Back it up again. Sorry, 3 times. Yeah, no, these are here because they just repaired it. Or we're repairing it. No, we want it in the center. Pause. Don't move my camera angle. That's what I'm asking. Pause. Play. Like that. He just finished glassing the last Spartan that was here. And I was like, okay, it's so vulnerable. I can get it. And so I'm trying to glass it here real quick. Or sorry, kill the Spartan lasers. Anyone notice the Spartan lasers or magnums? Just saying. Very cleverly moved by Ryan. And here comes the glassing. So that's 3 down. The next one. And then no, made it. Just barely. The last part. Perfect. That's the clip I want. Okay. Now, last thing just to show here. Where am I? This is me. This is me. This is me. So I was like, okay, they're good. The drop. Nothing else I can do here to tell them to attack it. Like I said, yep. And I was like, okay, they're going to be dead because they're going to clean them up. So I'm just trying to keep them busy while I go take. I was thinking about harvest next, so I'm loading these units up here, and I'm loading them up to go drop harvest so I can clean that up and then push them back a little bit further. And I'm like, oh, we won. Good. Whew. Okay. Yeah. So good game. Got lucky in a lot of things. And now the 2 balance things I'm curious about, and I want to have a discussion on. I think what you think is burn the heretics. That upgrade. The glassing speed upgrade. Let's put it that way. You know, I don't want to give anyone any ideas, but if they wanted to, they could totally just take clips of me talking, and it would be scary. They'd be like, "So let's talk about the." It's like, no. That is no. Anyways, yeah. Sorry. Burn the heretics upgrade is one I think we should talk about. Think about, what do you think about it? Is it the best thing ever? So, because the Covenant maybe can finally counter Spartans at a certain point. There's still a window of usability for Spartans before the Covenant finally can start taking them out. Does it just make the game over once they have it? Unless, well, provided you don't have a navy, which you kind of need. And yes, for those who are going to bring up the ones that said you don't need a navy, at one point in this game, you can win a lot of games without a navy. This game was one without a navy. But with that upgrade, it doesn't make it definitely necessary, because Spartans can't just permanently outrun them anymore. You have to have glassing support. A note on balance. The way I've understood it, and I think I haven't confirmed the right once, maybe twice. Just like Starcraft has 3 unique races with unique abilities, unique stats, each, right? So too, in Halo game, we have unique abilities and races and everything else. There's kind of similar roles you care about, like anti-armor, anti-light, spec off the rest. But in the term of balance, the Covenant Navy is meant to be just generally stronger than the UNSC Navy, and only is meant to be generally stronger than the elites. That's a generalization. But we looked like a base. I mean, I don't know how the armor plays in. Someone could correct me on that. But I don't know, like, how you have different armors and a bunch of outputs where they kind of put that out. Anyways, it would be interesting, actually. Orion, I'll post it out there. It'd be interesting to put in a win rate. But they won't tell you a lot because we don't have skill levels. So, you could have just everyone's like, well, we love the UNSC because we're humans, and so all the new players play UNSC all the time, and then they keep losing a bunch, or players that know what they're doing. But it would be interesting to track a win rate and a team rate of, I don't know, like SCV, Lemon, and whatever, of a couple of players with a lot of games under their belt. And see how often they win, and maybe it can be kind of a determination of how balanced the teams. That doesn't necessarily mean also matters how balanced the other teams are. And the current balance patch. So there's a lot of factors there. But that's what I was talking about. Oh, yeah. So bring the haircut upgrade. Interested in thoughts on that. And the other one, sorry, just the other thing is Spartans. A couple of the shotguns there, they're able to basically shoot over each other's shoulders and just shred these Cyclops elites coming in Energy Swords. Energy Sword Cyclops elites are very scary. I'm going to pull that clip up from the beginning of this game. Back here. Probably like the 2-minute mark. Right here. Okay. So those are, granted, they aren't spec'd with anything. Those Spartans are just kind of there. But it's important. Okay. Yeah, see, he came with 4 self-corrects, which was a really good move, because he could pick off all those things there. Now, these ones right here. Energy Swords are... Oh, sorry. Past me was... realized that was lost and went to go macro. They're so good. Okay. 250 damage is what they deal, which is pretty high. And they're able to do well there. Massing nothing but Energy Swords isn't always the best thing to do. Rarely, especially when there's a bunch of shotguns that are stacking up. So the way you can have level it out a little bit, especially if, like he mentions here, you have double these Cyclops elites, get some beam rifles mixed in. Maybe even some fuel rod for a little splash. But get those beam rifles, because those can lay in and do some other heavy damage from a distance, while your energy swords are up close doing damage as well. And so it means that all your units, because if you had all, the other important thing about the energy swords is that they provide an extra buffer, some armor and a buffer against the shotguns from getting to your snipers, right? And they also kind of block movement, more or less. So, I hope those are helpful tips for you all to remember going forward. This was a really fun game to play. Well, yeah, it's good to play. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys around.